Good morning. Yes, morning. It's August the 9th. I'm headed around the lake because it's a Friday. It's a cool morning. It's only 12 degrees, so I'm even wearing a sweater. Went to 9, I think, last night. It's supposed to go to 6 tonight. So kind of these single-digit temperatures is a taste of oncoming fall, even though there's still some warm weather in the forecast. But as you get into August, it starts to get noticeably chillier at night as the nights get longer. And you can get frost by the end of August. Hopefully we don't. So, heading around the lake. Maybe I'll walk clockwise today instead of counterclockwise, just to be different. Oh no, I'll go my usual route, counterclockwise, so get a better view of the gardens. And when I get back, lots of editing to do. Very much in editing mode right now as I try to get my fall titles for Shadowpaw Press lined up. So the usual route here, down the alley and through the woods, and off to the lake we go. They're not really woods, trees though. The trees are just wood. No, it's the woods. The woods are just trees. The trees are just wood. I have no fear, nor no one should. Happened to be watching a production of Into the Woods that my daughter was in at the University of Toronto earlier this week. So now it's all stuck in my head. She played the baker's wife here in a production of Class Young People's Theatre. And at the U of T, she played Jack's mother. So she's been in the show twice. I love the show, but I've never been in it. Only time anybody did a production locally, I wasn't able to be in it. The movie is sort of all right for the people who haven't seen the stage show, but the ones who really know the stage show tend not to like the movie because of all the changes they made. Even though they were Sondheim approved. All right, first thing we have to do is get across the street up here since we can't go through the underpass. It is cloudy. There's no rain in the forecast. If the sun comes out, I'll probably be too warm, but right now in the shade, the little light sweater I'm wearing feels about right. Oof. I think having walked this way as often as I have, I would be prepared for the sudden step down at the driveways, but I still get caught by surprise. Remington News, where Wally Knight lives in my Shards of Excalibur series, as I always mention when I go by here. And now we have to wait. Here at the Albert Street Bridge. I know, pressing it twice doesn't make it go any faster, but I do it anyway. Looking at the ledge, we'll be walking by it in a minute. It's Speaker's Corner over there. In the park, I walked through there not too long ago, in that direction. It's quite a cool breeze. I'm glad I have my sweater on. I'll probably be too warm later, but right now it feels good. Perfectly willing to jaywalk if it was safe, but there's always a car coming at a fairly high rate of speed, so. There we go. It's nice, that path through the woods there always looks nice. Usually see quite a few people around the lake on a Friday, although I am a bit earlier than I have been doing it most recently. So by the sinkhole, which remains sunken and a hole. Did nothing to it this year. Oh! I just stepped in a puddle. I didn't even see it was there. Currently, there's fewer people around the lake than you see. Oh, there's people on the lake, though. Over there. Somebody in a canoe or kayak. Probably see more of as we continue. Very unsightly here, and they've done nothing to mitigate this year, so I don't know what their plan is. Yeah, there's you can maybe see over there like a single person and then some sort of chase boat, so. Other bicyclists who get absolutely no warning that he was coming up behind me at a high rate of speed. There's the dam. This is the dam that makes the lake. And of course, this is the lake. The sun is up there in that direction. Still well up at this time of day, but the days are definitely getting shorter. Last night we went out to Over the Hill Orchards, which is in the Capel Valley. And when I came home, it was starting to get dark, so. A few weeks ago, it wouldn't have been dark at 9 o'clock, but it was getting there. What are you doing over there? Maybe we'll get a better look at him as we can carry around, although I'm going to leave the lake shore to go up through the garden in a minute. There's usually geese on this hill, but not this morning. Seem to be having a long conversation, but not actually doing any rowing out there. We're seeing more people. Personally, I'd prefer to have it all to myself, but that's unusual. That's the old guys, the walking group that I often see going around the lake on the same mornings I do. I don't know if they go every morning or once a week or what. I call them the old guys, but some of them are probably younger than I am, at least not any older.
Did anybody notice in the hollow this week? Let me know if go down to the falls, because I haven't seen the falls.
I'm already starting to feel warm enough to think I could easily have done this in shirt sleeves. If the sun comes out, I'll regret having worn the sweater. Hopefully it stays mostly cloudy for that reason. Even as I say that, the sun is poking out. Now he's rowing a little bit. You may see more of him as we carry on around. Yeah, already too warm. Darn it. I know that too. I know that I'll warm up so much, even on a cool day, that I don't want the sweater, and yet here I did, and done, gone, went and wore it. Hi, Roger. That's me, totally sublime. Yellow in that tree. I hate to see that. There, let's go a little closer to Walter Scott here. First Premier of the province, and the one behind the creation of the Legislative Building. You get right about there, and the dome lines up with his plans that he's got in his hand. I portrayed him twice for the Hill Company's centennial. It wasn't meant to be a literal representation of him. My premise was that I'd stolen H.G. Wells's time machine, come into the future to see how everything had worked out for the province. So I did it for the Hills Company's centennial here. And then I got to go to Calgary and do it for the centennial there. And there I got to poke gentle fun at Alberta with Ralph Klein, the former premier, in the audience. So that was fun. And I wrote the script too, so yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it. I'm sure I don't look a thing like Walter Scott, and very much bigger than he was. There's, of course, the Queen. Queen Elizabeth II, that is, not Queen Camilla. I'll go this way. Let's go through this little path for no particular reason, except I can. Hi, Jolly. I think I'll walk by the tennis courts this morning instead of going down by the fountain. Yep, I'm warm already. Well, I'll live. I'll sweat, but I'll live. So I've got a long way to go. Turn the Legislative Building. There's the fountain, but I won't walk down there today. There's the backside of the Legislative Building. Parking lot. Very exciting. Is that the first dog? Might be. Over here is the Lakeshore Tennis Club. That's where I'm headed. Is that a car coming? There's a car coming. Let's see which way he goes. He's turning. Okay. Didn't want to step out from behind that bush. So here's the tennis club. Looks like there's some people. There's also a bistro here, but I've never been to it. Well, open from 10 to 2. It's not even open right now. It's not quite 10. For another hour. Lakeview, not Lakeshore. Lakeview Tennis Club. Lakeshore Tennis Club, not Lakeview. Probably some, tennis courses going on over there for kids, it looks like. It's just been here a long time, these tennis courts. Not a lot of seating for watching games. Kind of broken pavement there, almost twisted my ankle. There's the lake again. It actually cuts off quite a good sized clump of the lake coming that way. The walk's a little longer if you actually follow the path. Hopefully we see that rower out there again and see what he's up to at some point. There's the little girl, the Holodomor Memorial over there, representing the genocide of Ukrainians by the Russians under Stalin. It's a lovely little memorial. Framed then with the lake behind it, of course. I believe the Saskatchewan legislature was the first to recognize that as a genocide. So, yes. We have a lot of Ukrainian immigrants, have had historically in Saskatchewan. Large Ukrainian populations in various places. And we carry on. Sleeping geese here and there. It's always geese. Having a bit of a snooze, and whatever that counts for in a goose. I doubt they're very sound sleepers. Scooters. I hate scooters. If we go out this way, this is a kind of a pump house, I think. Usually there's water coming out of this spout down there, but not today. That's Spruce Island over there. We're heading around the lake this end. I won't stop and look at Spruce Island at the other overview point now. You know, just a scooter in the bushes there that somebody just threw to the side. I don't like those things. I'm not even sure I have a rational reason for it. I just don't like them. I think they're ugly. They're everywhere. You see people riding them illegally on the streets, sort of like bicycles. Now let's go up this way today. Police could hand out a good idea because there's actually a vehicle coming. Police could hand out lots of tickets if they wanted to. They never seem to want to. There's always a puddle here. I already stepped in one this morning, so let's avoid this one. It's because they water the grass, and then the low-lying areas have water even if there hasn't been any rain. This takes us by the totem pole, which was donated by the BC government to mark its centennial a few years ago. BC was a province long before Saskatchewan was. There you go. Look up, look way up. It was refurbished by the son of the original artist a few years ago after it had fallen into disrepair. So it's doing pretty good right now. Starting to show more wear again, though, of course, as it does. Let's go this way, because I almost never do. Across the river, there's more of Wascana Center. I've walked over there a few times, but not recently. The hill orchards, I took a picture. It's on Facebook. That's lovely. Oop. Idea coming up here, apparently. Hopefully it fixes itself in a minute. It's a scenic view of the restrooms. I didn't expect to run into anybody along here. Hey. I'm getting a lot of unstable internet connection, so I'm sure I'm buffering a bit at the moment. Download. Relying on the archived live stream, which I can do. Used to do it all the time, then I stopped because it's an extra hassle, but when there's a problem, then I can. This is the Boy Scouts thing up here, if I remember right, at the end of this street, past those women. We'll go in and make sure of that in a minute. I think this was a Boy Scouts thing. It's been a while since I've looked at it. Yes, it is. Boy Scouts, and then there's the various virtues: kind, cheerful, obedient, courageous, brotherly, etc., etc. Be prepared, of course, in the middle. I was never a Boy Scout. I always wanted to be one, but I never was, because in Texas it was quite secular. The Boy Scouts had their own Boy Scout hall. My brother was a Boy Scout briefly, I think, because we didn't live in Tulia very long, and that was in Tulia. We were only there for 2 years. But we came up here, and the Boy Scouts in Weyburn were very much tied in with the Catholic Church, and that wasn't going to fly. Not being Catholic, so I never joined the Boy Scouts. Took a lot of pictures of them in later years. I worked at the Weyburn Review. Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and Cub Scouts, and all these even younger ones. There was an even younger something in the Scout. I can't remember what they were called before you even got to Cub Scouts. Maybe that was just in the girls. I don't know. Anyway, there's the sun trying to find me and making me much warmer, so I really should have only come in shirt sleeves. So I am walking fairly briskly, so it's not surprising I'm warming up. I think these sleeves are too tight. I can't even roll them up. My buffering went away, so maybe I won't bother uploading the whole thing unless I get more of it. Little buffering doesn't matter. I don't say anything that important, so if you miss it, it's no big deal. It's not like I haven't probably said it some other time walking around the lake. I don't know how many times I've done that now with the camera. Lots. Little less this year. I used to do it every Friday without fail, but this year there's been quite a few Fridays I have failed to do it. But here I am. Still on the outward leg. Once we get down to the end of the lake, then we'll be on the homeward leg. I think it's actually longer on this side, too. I don't know where exactly the halfway point is. Cyclers, little ones. Good morning. Good morning. Friendly cyclers. Young cyclers, young cyclists. All right, here there's a nice gap in the trees. You get a view of downtown from here, which is always nice. House is right over there, pointing straight at it right now. Then there's the ledge. On we go. Oh, big dog coming. Past the Surveyor's Monument. Next up is Pine Island. I won't go out there today. I did that last time, I think. I would like to get on home, get to work. And have more coffee. Not sure which of those I want more. Probably the coffee more than the work. But editing. I'm really lucky. I might finish editing another book today. I don't know if I can quite get that done, but I'll get close. Next week I'll have to spend one day getting books ready to take to Windward's Collide in Calgary, where I'll have a vendor's table for Shadowpaw Press. Looking forward to that. I think. I haven't been a vendor there before, so I don't really know if it's worth it or not, but I'm about to find out. Uh-oh. God, we're not walking over there. The sprinklers are going. And going up here too, but hopefully not on the path. I've been going for a while. It's pretty flooded out there. I guess it's just shiny ground. Maybe, I thought it was a big puddle, but maybe not. Nice and wet, anyway. Of course, they can water all they want because the lake is right there, so not costing them anything except pumping. But it does look like they've been going a while, how wet everything is. On we go, step by step, putting it together. A journey of 5 kilometers begins with a single step. It's about 5K around the lake, 3 miles if you like. Not quite 3, more like 4, I guess. No, maybe. No, I'm turning that around. Yeah, about 3. 3 and a bit. Get back to the house might be 4, but probably not much more than that. I don't know that it's exactly 5K around the lake, but that's a good round figure for it. If I did more walking, maybe I wouldn't have such a round figure. Ha! But there's the ledge across the lake. Saskatchewan Legislative Building. We always call it the ledge. Maybe I'll vary my path up here too and walk over by Saskatchewan Center and the Queen Building instead of right down by the lake. Waterfalls going over there on Pine Island. That's an aeration feature to keep oxygen in the water for the fishies and reduce weed growth. If you go that way, you will find yourself at the university eventually. I haven't done that walk for a while either. But, well, again, it's always pretty in the fall, so maybe then, if not sooner. It's almost fall now. It's going to be away quite a bit, so something's written all over the ground. I know, it's upside down. Usually the stuff that people write on the ground is weird. From who they think they're convincing. Oh, you know what? I've completely changed my view of things because I saw some chalk marks. Some anonymous person. And suddenly I saw the light. I understood that the aliens are actually in charge. And we're all living in the Matrix. Now I know. Well, there's the geese enjoying the beach. Really a boat landing. Nobody swims in the lake. Not voluntarily. They used to when it was first made, but you wouldn't do it knowing what we know about the water now. The amount of runoff from yards and things. Walking in sandals, that's weird. I would find that very uncomfortable. I usually go down by the marina, but I'm going to go this way today. Through the parking lot. And up by Saskatchewan Center. Kind of the office building for overseeing the lake. Well, the whole park. Big dragon boats lined up down there. Dragon Boat Festival, I presume, is in September this year. It's when it usually is. Go up that way, you get to the Willow Bar Eatery, which has a very nice deck overlooking the lake. I'll just walk up through the grass here, up this hill. I don't think the grass is wet at the moment, so maybe a little bit. When we get on this sidewalk, I guess going down by the marina would have shown off the rowing club down there and whatever they're up to, but too late now. I hear boating noises over there. we're going to go up this way today. Now, does this go around? Probably. Oh, but it's being sprinkled on. I'll stick on. Well, it's being sprinkled on here too. All right, I'll go this way because I rarely do. So take us by the Lady Slipper Garden behind that fence over there, which you can rent, I believe, for events, or at least enjoy if you rent Wascana Center for events. Wascana, there's a bit of an event space in there, plus a gallery and things. Oh, I got sprinkled on. Anyway, here's the garden. Can't get into it from here. It's very nice in there. Stone circle over there. Sculpture of some sort, which I wasn't aware was there until now, or had forgotten anyway. That's the Queen building over there, where we're headed next. Here we can get a bit of a look into the garden. Isn't that lovely? Not really a flower garden, at least not at the moment. Still green and lovely. If you went that way, you'd end up at the Science Center, where I used to work. I haven't done that walk for a while either. Queen building is a landlocked ship, HMCS Queen. Actually, I may not be able to walk in front of it because they had a lot of fencing. I don't know if there's a path through or not. We'll see in a minute. No, it looks like the drive is clear, so I can go that way. Oh, hello, rabbit. Fairly calm one, as rabbits go. Gulls. How appropriately, there are gulls all over the yard in front of the Queen, HMCS Queen, since it is technically a ship. You can see it has a ship-style mast for a flagpole. There's the lake. Haven't lost it. Just avoiding it this morning. Navy Way. So if you're a naval cadet, this is where you would cadet. If you wanted to enlist in the Navy, this is where you would come most likely. There's a landlocked ship in Saskatoon too called HMCS Unicorn, which is a very old British Navy name, as no doubt Queen is, but of course here it makes sense because it's the Queen City, named after Victoria Regina. And I don't know why it's a unicorn in Saskatoon. No obvious connection. They redid all the windows last year or the year before, and I don't know what they're doing today, but there's been lots of scaffolding, and it's like they're doing something in the foundation maybe, or down underneath. I don't know what's in there. I've never been in the building. Big pile of dirt over here. Several big piles of dirt. They're sad looking mast today. Oh, that's the naval ensign flying up there. Anyway, Her Majesty's, of course, it's His Majesty's now, Canadian ship Queen. HMCS Queen. And all kinds of construction stuff over here too. No trespassing, don't worry. Not going in, even if I could. That's Wascana Parkway over there. Turns into Broad Street. Now we come back, and we'll be back by the lake to finish our walk. Willow Island dead ahead. Land ho! Seems appropriate coming from the Queen building. Of course, if it's a landlocked ship, maybe they say, water ho! I don't know. Back to the lake. Oof. Although I may leave it again. It seems to be a near the lake, but not necessarily beside it kind of day, so I might go up and take the other walk. Since we're seeing plenty of the lake, again, Willow Island over there, which you can book for picnics and things. You know, if I go up and take that path, I don't think I've ever done that. It puts us on the footpath I'm thinking of for today to finish, so let's do that. So, won't see much of the lake from here now, but we're still close to it. Still in the park surrounding the lake. It's a long-standing apartment complex over there. I don't think they're condos, I think they're rental spaces. Every time I've walked through there, there's been a ton of rabbits, so it's like they have their own warren. Oh, this path does not continue from here. I have to walk in the grass. Well, I'm not going to do that. Not that I couldn't, but oh, I will. Just because I haven't. Lots of people have. You can tell by the faint indications of a beaten down path along there. I guess the actual path splits over there and then goes up this way, but we'll join it soon enough. Broad Street, Canadian Blood Services is right over there. CBC is behind these trees in the sound stage. Here we will rejoin a paved path. We go by parking lot where important things happen in my Song of the Sword, book 1 in the Shards of Excalibur series. See, Willow Island gets its own sign. There's the CBC. And the soundstage is just beyond that. This will take us by Wascana Pool, which is where I have to decide if I want to walk by the lake again or not. So once we get there, I'll make that decision. Currently thinking I'll go around it. In fact, if I take this bit of path here, that would commit me to it as well. That just takes me by a parking lot, so we'll stick over here. I think that just takes me to the parking lot, which is not that exciting, so we'll stay up here. There's a big parking lot behind those trees for the college building, which is over behind those trees too. Don't know if the pool's open yet or not. Don't know what its hours are. I hear a lot of children noises, which makes me think it's open, echoing off of the buildings to my right, which means they're coming from the pool. Garbage truck. There's the pool. Everybody into the pool. That sound's got to be coming from the, well, I don't know. It could be coming from over there. They have camps and things. Because as I keep coming, I don't see any action at the pool. I hear a lot of screaming coming from off to my right. Actually, I think there's a camp going on at the college building is where the noise is coming from. So we'll go down the other side of the pool to find our way over to the crosswalk. This is also where you park if you're coming to the pool. It's the college building. Yeah. And if I go over here, oh, but it's sprinkling, so I won't go over there. There's the pool, but there's nobody in it. Well, there's one person in it. Taking a solo swimming lesson or something. Yeah, there's actually kids over there, so part of their summer camps at the college building. The Conservatory of Music is in there. So that's probably what it is. Maybe get sprinkled on here if I'm not careful. There's the credit union building. Now, I'd like to cut through the grass, but I'm afraid of sprinklers. I don't see any in that direction. But there have been some. I can tell there's puddles, so the grass might be wet. Tough choice, but this will cut off a loop if I go through here, so let's take a chance. Take a chance on this. Take a chance, take a chance. Take a chance. I walked this way not too long ago by the gardens here to my left, which are very pretty, as you can see if you look at that walk, especially because it didn't have a truck in the middle of it at the time. It's Royal Saskatchewan Museum over there, but I'm going this way over to the crosswalk and home. That's a sad little sprinkler. This path, which I actually pointed out from the other end as I crossed, will take me, watching that one is going across the path, take me right back to the crosswalk. Used to be a water fountain there. Probably closed it for COVID and never reopened it again. Oop. There's a rabbit over there running across the field. Almost ran over a baby rabbit in the middle of our crescent last night. You know, I've never seen a rabbit there before. I mean, I know they're in the neighborhood, but I've never actually seen one on the road. Fortunately, saw the mom and missed the baby, so that was good. I would have felt really bad if I'd run over a baby rabbit. But I didn't. I don't know what the benefit is of having the white tail and the white ears. You'd think that'd be something that let predators chase you more easily. And it's way too early for them to be turning white, which they will October-ish maybe, as we head back into winter. Nice picnic tables back in the trees here. In fact, last time I came by, there was actually somebody at one of them, which was the first time I'd ever seen that. And of course, I've been kind of avoiding it, but there's the lake. So this is still a walk around the lake. And it'll be about an hour, I think, by the time I get home. Where am I at? 50? Yeah, it'll be an hour. By Speaker's Corner here. And back to the crosswalk. There's the sinkhole. Now I might go up Albert Street here and walk along a slightly different route too, since I've been doing that all day, instead of just retracing my steps. Although it adds a bit. I'd rather, no, I won't. I'll go my usual route. I'd rather get home. Instead of adding even another 5 minutes. I didn't have to wait so long this time. Again, love this house. Partly because it reminds me of the houses in Texas, which tend to be long and low to the ground in towns, as opposed to here, where it always struck us when we first moved up here, in this neighborhood and others, how many of the houses were tall and skinny on small plots, whereas we were used to a bigger plot with a more ranch-style house, as they call them. So these houses along here, which are more ranch style, make me think of Texas. And even though I haven't lived there since I was 8 years old, it still has a place in my head. And my heart, I guess, but mostly my head at this point. Haven't been back to my hometown of Tulia in a very long time. probably 50 years. Although from Google Street View, it hasn't changed much. And I don't think it's grown either. It was about 6,000 people when we lived there. And from the pictures, I don't think it can be any bigger than that now. Just a little farming support town. Mostly cotton, well, I don't know mostly, but certainly there was cotton farming around there. And peanuts. My best friend in elementary school down there, they grew peanuts. Yeah, I remember Ricky Miller was his name. I have no idea where he is now, if he's still alive or anything. I wrote him, well, I wrote him letters for a while after he moved up here. Small enough when I knew him, I can remember having a bath with him. We didn't think anything of it. Pretty sure his mom put us in there too. Must have been known him since kindergarten, because that sounds like a kindergarten remembrance. Well, grade 1 anyway. Remember his farm quite well. Remember being there during a tornado warning. And of all things, I remember watching the Time Tunnel on TV in his living room. And I remember playing with a Ouija board there with some other kids. G.I. Joe. Yeah, I have lots of memories now that I think about it of his farm. Remember doing 4th of July fireworks. It's pretty good here. Close to downtown, you do get interesting people wandering through sometimes, but and yeah, there's, you know, break-ins in garages and things like that. But overall, it's peaceful. Regina has a very high crime rate per capita. It's mostly property crime, though, not violent crime. Not bad. It's dusty. Right after the snow melts is when the streets are the dirtiest. Or, of course, there'll be leaves falling all over them very soon. Okay, I will stop here. So, thanks for walking with me. Don't know if I'll be back tomorrow or not. We'll see. Bye for now.